HP, only 3 bullets left in the gun. It's got to be a headshot or else BO3's got this locked in. And there it is for FaZe. They narrowly get that one past the keeper and put 3 up on the board.
Oh my, what a nice try there as well, right? That was just crazy in all senses. As Liquid is setting up the A play, Stewie jumps out of the B apartments. Karrigan was actually on catwalk and Stewie sprays him and then has to finish it with an HE grenade as Karrigan is trying to run away towards that A site, get away from the lurking player. But all that kill does is provide a B site entry for Liquid. Fallen sets him up with a flash in the apartments to find a third, but he can't close the round. Nice try, but not today. BO3, someone we can always rely on in those clutches as well for FaZe Clan, right? He's very talented at them, showing us why. Leech picking up Karrigan. He was rushing the top of middle, denied early on. Flash is not really doing him any good either.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward, right? With Con and Window both smoked, the only place Liquid had to worry about was mid aggression, and so everyone was looking down middle. Free kill given up by Karrigan, and the utility out of Liquid. Stewie once again back on his apartments lurk. And mid control now taken. A man down. FaZe are feeling the pressure. This lack of mid control is putting a lot of worry in the back of their minds as well, and forcing them to take real estate elsewhere. That's why we see this double ramp push from BO3 and Twist. They've at least got something for these sacrifices for Karrigan going down early on. The A site is still very, very vulnerable, and with NAF opening up, it's about to be overwhelmed by Liquid out the connector unless someone from this ramp position can make a difference.
I don't know about Twist. That could be good for FaZe here right now as BO3 sets him up with a flashbang. Twist runs through, catching a player in the Palace. NAF dead. It's a default plant, but no one else is playing for it. If they can, get on the site, this could be a stick for FaZe. The only kit's on BO3. Cold's on a late rotate from short. There are players for him to grab, but he might have to make noise dropping into middle unless he takes the long route round. Twist just moving in. Grim on the site with good patience. Stewie's heard this rotate from Cold as well. He knows what to expect, and Grim isn't giving up a thing. Stewie misses the shot. Cold with an opener. He's doubled up. And a cross for Fallen. He has to kill them. He can't let them get default. They jump over his view, and now they've won the round to the defuse. That's a beautiful play for BO3. Nothing Fallen can say or do about it. He hits every shot he can see, but BO3 flying high and coming in with a 4th for FaZe.
BO3, man, he's like a superhero, bro. Like, he's so good in these moments, like where you need someone to make every right decision. He will make every correct play. Like, they're leaping over the scope of Fallen. Fallen didn't even realize, and I think it dawns on him eventually. Like, someone should have tried to cross by now. Like, they just don't have time. And like you say, Fallen hits every single shot he's made aware of, like even that one onto Cold's error. I really like what we're getting out of Fallen right now. It's great to see him fragging.
Yeah, I mean, that's the desperate plant for Liquid, right? For Liquid, they had to plant default, but just because of the double ramp setup, they couldn't go open. They knew the AWP was there at a bare minimum, even if they didn't see Twist for some time. But as a result, right, they just trapped towards connector, and with Cold winning both of his fights, like there's no way he should be getting away with that. Killing Stewie, who knew he was coming, and then Grim just swinging for a trade, but falling to a FAMAS. Cold saves them there with those 2 kills, as well as BO3 on the defuse. Fallen, no fear, and right through the ramp smoke, but it's a molly that's smoked by his teammate, and he won't commit. Probably the right call there. 2 players with their eyes on ramp. Twist moves out towards middle to try and help in the connector. FaZe finally crunching mid in a mid round. It's the right time to do it. There's no one here, and holding towards lower. Oh, they missed the timing. Elige now has a little window, a little gap, a pocket, a bubble where he can sneak up behind, and players aren't considering him for a good 5 more seconds at least. There's a leg, 2 out the top. Twist with 1. Elige hits that timing to perfection with a trade, but he does die to Cold, who aggresses off a catwalk, keeping FaZe up a man.
Oh, and now everything kind of falls into chaos with Karrigan wrapping through the apartments. He could wipe out Grim, but right behind Karrigan is the bomb on NAF, moving in through the apartments as well. This is looking like it's going to end up on B, and FaZe, they don't have that information. Now he hears the footsteps going up short, so Cold gets there early. Karrigan's got that 1 free kill onto Stewie, but there's no more freebies where that came from. This is where Cold needs to hold the B bomb site, and he's waiting behind the bench. NAF's got no idea, and so there it is, locked in by Cold's error. I tell you what, when you think about the fact that Cold and Twists were both 0-6 at one point in time, this is one hell of a recovery. Since that point, Cold going 9-4, Twist going what, 7-5. That's maths.
Well done, Harry. Never do it on stream, but you
oh man, that was a lot.
Yeah.
I really felt the pressure there. It's just addition and subtraction, man. Oh, I don't even think there was any addition.
Could have gone very wrong, but it did go very right. And that's the same case of the round for FaZe, right? That wrap for Karrigan, all he's getting is misinformation. He's calling, oh, they're out mid. They might be going con, watch out. And they're climbing back up catwalk to set B with the bomb and abs. Could have been very dangerous, but luckily Cold fills the void on B by hiding behind the bench and denies any chance to plant for NAF. Only Deagles for Liquid. And what was, you know, an 8-1 scoreline in a position where if Liquid found that reset round, they would have broken FaZe and probably just run over this game. Well, FaZe won the one crucial round they had to, and now they've been building and building some more. Still the chance for 7. This should surely be theirs. That's a nice stuff for Karrigan as he mows down 2. Elige killing Twist and Loki in the window, but he is going to be punished by Cold, who's been very quick at trading in middle. Only Naf with the bomb and a Deagle to play with, or P250 rather. So good luck. Should surely be FaZe up to 6.
Yeah, not much hope for a bomb plant here. Karrigan could give this kill away. Like, if he peaks at 10 HP, he hits the timing, so it's forgivable. It's all good. 3 in the round for Karrigan. And 6 for FaZe. Quite the turnaround. You know, it's just been a game of like blocks, right? Like Liquid go on this huge run. FaZe, they're down in the dumps, right? The players facing their ex-teammates can't seem to get anything done. The only guy hitting anything is Brokey. And now it's starting to come together. You know, less focus on Brokey, more spread out across the team. Karrigan holding that B site, starting to find his footing as well. Cold being instrumental towards short side time and time again. And so a much more composed looking FaZe, not as shaken by this early streak that Liquid went on.
Yeah, back up the ladder for Cold. Rain taking Palace. Last time they try and push this with the AWP, it was punished by NAF, so FaZe have been scarred by that, but in the last round of the half, they get a lot of information. A is somewhat empty for Liquid. Leaning into another one of these mid to B plays with 2 up the catwalk. Cold, he's tasked to stop it. Last time they smoked him off. This time he's going to drop one of his own, and it goes in a bit deeper so he can try and fight through it in front of it. Elige looks above, sees nothing, but he knows that window smoke will fade first. Might even try and make a jump for it. Oh, Cold backing up could be a problem here. He would offer himself up, but it's actually jumping through for Fallen, and Cold mows down Elige through the smoke. Karrigan above the bench with a nice little one-way, and even though Stewie's killed Cold, Karrigan's holding strong, and Stewie can't get out of the apartment, so FaZe finds 7. The recovery of a lifetime, but is it enough in the second half? Stick with us, we got more Mirage.
Come to make a name, ready for battle. Cause I got a game to claim. Think that I'll crumble. I'll show you in the slide. Where you see me coming better.
guess this is kind of just like I mentioned before. He is IGL that has a lot of experience, and he's an opper, and that's always just like if you like ask anyone, it's just like, oh, Liquid doesn't have an opper. Like, you know, it's like it's not there to compete versus all the other top oppers. They don't have a real IGL, so it's like things become complicated or things just don't work out well, and it just ends up crashing for us. So obviously, I would just say those two things are like just the big things that we need. And I guess Fallen is our Brazilian hero that we're going to bring in here, and hopefully everything goes well. And yeah, in the past we had a lot of success. I only know for myself with Taco, and I had an amazing experience with Taco, one of my favorite teammates ever. So yeah, I don't know. The Brazilians are the greatest, I guess.
Split right down the middle. It was a strong start for Liquid, but FaZe won't go down without a fight. They pull back 7 at the end of their CT side on Mirage. It is the first map of this best-of-3 series, the opener for these two teams in the main event of IEM Katowice 2021. And boy, who even knows where this series is going? Usually we have a pretty good idea at the halftime, but this one is neck and neck. It's anyone's game.
Yeah, you know, Liquid, they might have stolen the limelight for the, you know, the majority of like the first half of the first half, aka the first quarter. You know, FaZe, they steal it in the latter stage, right, with their ability to grind their way back into a game that looked like it was slipping through their fingers. Opening up this round, though, look at Fallen. He has missed the timing as he wraps in a T-spawn. Well, he tried, but Rain opening up. Carrigan does get caught going through the window. That's given a 3-on-3 back over. And Fallen's flank now is nice and quick at least. Cold is all the way out on the A site. Fallen could actually just ruin their day because Rain's just been wiped out. Brokey needs to stay alive and buy time for this rotation for coldzera. Smoke on the bomb, and it's not even planted for market. That's an ugly pistol round there.
Yeah, I mean, everything, it goes from bad to worse, right, with the Fallen flank, even though he almost overplays it and goes the wrong way. As soon as Rain gets that double opener, like the call is in, they know it's a B play, and so Fallen is still faster than expected, but yeah, I'm not sure what Cold's doing coming out of ramp so late in the round, right? As you say, especially with that bomb plant, it'd be one thing if he was running towards a connector and jumping up onto cap, but coming in through market, that's just a pipe dream at that point. Karrigan dropping over an AK to Twists. Otherwise, it's Glocks and Deegs. No, not your new favorite game mode, just a very difficult eco for FaZe Clan, where Liquid will surely be running away with 10 unless Twist does something nuclear.
Run boost? Is that what they're doing? Looks like what they're doing. Here we go. Ooh, they miss it though. Fallen never spots the run boost. And so sadly, no big moments from that. This whole round gravitates around setting Twists up with that AK. Instead, they want to play with him as the star.
Oh, Naf. This is big. FaZe taking so long in the middle. Naf has a perfect position to mow them down. He almost finds another. Does see the bomb get dropped there, but the longer Naf stays alive in the backline, the more pressure is put on FaZe, and they're going to be watching their back, which allows players like Fallen to peek in through the window, knowing he can catch them off guard. Brokey grabbed a gun and did get that revenge kill, but it's still a very difficult round. Cold finding a kill out Palace. Grim's still on the Balk though, very common position. Cold doesn't have the Molotov to clear it. Through connector comes Brokey. Grim, if he stays tucked, there's no way Brokey's going to be able to get across to the site. He's got to clear this one hard with no armor as well. One bullet renders him useless. Cold does get that second, falling into the third player of Grim. And now with the bomb and just enough time to plant, it's Cat for Stewie, too far away. Cat and Mouse as he runs right back into the bomb site. And Cold is looking for clean, concise Deegs. One more to find.
Surely you don't do this to them, coldzera. It's been a while, but his Deagle is a thing of wonders. Stewie playing it patient, trying to desperately locate this Deagle that's eluded him.
Whoa.
Is he going to try the jump up? Stewie's right there, and over the boxes, he deletes coldzera. It's a damn good try. You could not have asked for more from Cold there, but not quite enough to outsmart Stewie 2K. 10 on the board for Team Liquid. And a round that slips by the wayside.
Terrifying round as well if you're Liquid, right? Like, there's nothing Grim can do when Cold falls on you like that. Hitting some perfect D shots. What is this? Just destroyed. But yeah, Stewie, he makes the read there. He didn't see Cold cross out and go towards CT, so he worked it out, jumping up to clear that last man. Cold even looked to the jump up as well. You just, you don't want to be caught looking the wrong way and then just get cleared. But that's exactly what happens to him, funnily enough. Liquid back in with guns, FaZe on their first full rifle, and the AWP is here for Brokey as well. Far prettier by the FaZe, considering the damage that Cold did in that previous round. If FaZe win it, Liquid are broke, boys. And Grim jumping up on the plant pot, dead immediately to Karrigan. Fallen can't trade, and Karrigan will just peel back, inviting in a second man.
Brokey's in a strong position here with the AWP as well, right? Able to deny these angles from Team Liquid. If anyone tries to rotate jungle, that's a shot that Brokey feels destined to hit. He will start to peel back. Brokey never saw anyone, so he's going to leave coldzera up here in the Palace. And between Palace and Ramp, it is two pieces of the Brazilian Counter-Strike royalty left to go toe-to-toe, perhaps. That is assuming that Fallen's able to survive this peek from Karrigan. Karrigan caught with a surprise.
bomb scene, though. You can just leave B at this point if you're Liquid. There's just no time to rotate that bomb from ramp.
Yeah, that's a key bit of information for them to grab. And you even shot Rain out in the window. They're just going to try and rush the smoke. And Elysian falling, they ain't falling for that. Oh, the knives are out and fallen. Stabbing Brokey down to the 2v2. They lose coldzera. A knife kill came in. And there's the CT player. Will get cancelled by Twists. However, Stewie, misses the spam. And now the 1v1. But of course, he closes it out. It's 11 on the board for Liquid. A knife kill for coldzera. And another one of these tight little clutches. One out at the end by Stewie 2K.
Oh, what a mess. That entire round, what a mess. And the bomb getting shown at ramp, right? That is the difference maker. Stewie's
This ain't PG-13.
No, not at all. Stewie is in position to win the round just due to Karrigan showing the bomb to Fallen. Obviously, he doesn't know Fallen was close ramp. Very stylish stuff for Fallen. Love it. Good escape. And at least gets a kill in that awkward position. But yeah, the bomb getting spotted. You immediately see Liquid run on the rotate. And Stewie is there to close it out, albeit a bit scary in the process. Back-to-back clutches for Stewie 2K, and Liquid just above water right now as FaZe falls short in a few of these very close rounds. It's going to be heartbreaking to lose this way. This is certainly a game that gets the blood pumping, though. Third timeout used for Liquid, and all to good success. Does Fallen have another AWP? Because Stewie's down on one right now. There might be a double AWP in play for Liquid in this round.
One thing that I think it's important to realize, though, is like Liquid, they might have won these last three, but every one of these rounds has come down to those 1v1s at the end, right? So even though they're winning, they don't have anything left in the tank if they were to lose a round, you know? So all it's going to take for FaZe to suddenly explode back into this game is one little round. You want that sooner rather than later to give yourself that breathing room.
Yeah, next thing you know, Liquid start taking convincing rounds, and then you have the eco, and then the game's done at this point. So yeah, every round matters, and FaZe even reinvesting here shows that they're aware of that as well. Cognizant of the money. Cog's turn in the head of Karrigan. Stewie's got the AWP over Fallen in this round. Fallen was spraying mid as Stewie jumped out. I think he was, no, he's back towards Ticket rather. It was a Liege towards Connector. Creeping and crawling up the catwalk for Rain. He's going to make a bit of a jump for it. There's only one man in B. Oh, the dink comes through, though. Very, very damaging stuff. Elish getting spammed out by Twists. And now FaZe are unleashed on this A site.
Oh, Fallen almost hitting a timing there with the turnaround on a Karrigan. Stewie's getting pressured. They go up above him. They go out on the boxes. Grim from ramp keeps the A site in check. Keeps the numbers thin for FaZe. Rain down here in the bottom of mid, and they're doing everything they can to try and locate him. But Fallen dropping in. Two of the Maws of Rain. Af now going to clear those lower tunnels, and he says, well, Rain ain't here. Rain's going on a long rotate, so he tries to cut it off. But Rain's outsmarted him, looping back all through T-spawn. If Liquid had gone quickly, they would have had the 2-on-2 in the site. Instead, they're trying to deal with Rain, but they just can't find him. He's hit both timings, and now they decide, if we are going to go for this, we've just got to go. We can't worry about Rain. And they spent so long checking their back, they weren't worried about the front, and that's where Twists is, in with a triple, and FaZe up onto 8.
Yeah, terrifying round there, but that is exactly what FaZe are gunning out for, right? With these constant rebuys, knowing Liquid's money was on the edge, and they've finally broken it in as well. And as we've already seen in this first half, right, with Liquid starting dominantly 8-1 and then FaZe recovering, right? They know better than anyone that they can get themselves back into this one, and that round will do it. Starting to build now for FaZe, and yeah, just a bit of a mess, right? If Grim's waiting 2 more seconds on that ramp play, he kills Rain. They don't have to worry about the backline. They can play a bit slower on the retake as well, but time gets the better of them. And now this buy is just weak. Put in what they can. Pistol and armor on some. It's having to be a double eco, so FaZe can easily get back up to 10 rounds here. And we've already got a game on our hands. No clear winner in sight. Hold on to your seats.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the very foundation of these kind of comebacks don't necessarily begin with that first round win, right? It all kind of starts with getting a few close rounds and whittling down your opponent's money. Oh, clinical from Ray. Any more? Full tap. Cold's going to snatch it away, but this should still be a FaZe round. They just blitz into that B site. For Grim and Elige, they decide holding onto the Deegan armor is worth it. As you mentioned now, Hugo, that 10-11 scoreline looking more than likely. And when you think about that incredible, you know, streak in the first half from Liquid, FaZe really are doing a good job of still keeping this so competitive. They just looked out of it for the longest time. Slowly but surely, they're warming up to one another. And as mentioned, since going 0-6 down, coldzera has gone 16-8.
Yeah. Deeg armor saved for Liquid. Are we running into the next round with very little behind it and more Deagles? You want to maximize everything in your next gun round as well. So someone's probably going to save for the AWP here, be it Fallen or Stewie. Nice to see a bit of leeway when it does come to that AWP, right? Not necessarily always Fallen. We have seen Stewie take it over him, etc. And, you know, I imagine somewhat spawn-based, position-based. Everyone knows that of the capable players able to wield that weapon. And so you judge it on a case-by-case basis. That window smoke in, which allows for Elige to get boosted up ladder. But FaZe are not interested in the B-bomb site. They are fully set up on the ramp with Karrigan. So setting up smokes in middle.
See, so Cold is holding for this, and oh, they just run away. Yeah, actually, A isn't feeling so safe. I just have a feeling. And this is why coldzera actually deeged out of the round by Grim. They get the info. They see the bomb falling back as well. Now, there's still a lot of time. You know, FaZe don't have to commit to leaving B. Problem they've had now is on conceding the apartments and ramp, you're going to have to go and retake it if you did want to go back there. And that does look to be the decision. They're very, very paranoid all across the map because they never had apartments either over towards that B-bomb site. So they kind of lean into the lesser of two evils. We just had ramp control. You know, they can't be that deep. We know they're in Palace, but we can flush them out. And we have no idea what's going on over towards B. So they lean back towards this A site. Now, clear Palace. They get the info that that side of the map is empty at least, but ramp is not so free.
Oh. The shadow, there it is. Grim gets a bit of damage off. Karrigan's the only man here. He doesn't want to lose his life and his gun and set up a 5v3 for Liquid. They find a second player. They know there was a deke here as well. There it is. As Nat fires off, Grim does as well. They're going to molly them out on the ramp, but Elige falls in the middle of the site. That could have been a huge kill. Fallen tucked. Brokey getting close, clearing it with a pistol, and it's down to the dink. Plant allowed. Brokey still standing is huge as he can play this bomb with the AWP from CT spawn, and Rain tries to cower in behind the boxes. Brokey is going for the wraparound to deny the cross. Dangerous if Rain dies, as no one will be able to stop that bomb. We saw this position bite Fallen back in that first half, but Rain is firing fast and only Naf still standing. Needs the headshot here and now. He gets it, but surely Brokey CT, and he checks it, but he can't get the kill. Brokey covering the cross, and that was a risky rotation for Brokey, but especially considering his health, makes sense considering he's, you know, trying to catch his opponents off guard. The last place he'd think they'd look, even though Naf checks it, it's not enough. Very, very good attempt for Liquid considering the minimum invested. Oh.
Yeah, you know, I think not only that, right, if he goes CT, say worst case scenario happens and Rain dies without killing anyone and you don't thin the herd out, as it were, you know, you're pretty screwed in a 1v2 like that. If they're tapping the bomb, you're that low on HP, so he knows that they just need to reduce the numbers in that retake.
Yeah, it was also a very brave call for Liquid to actually go back to A, because when, like you said, they saw the bomb rotating when Cold dies to the Palace push, and you know, FaZe run away. Liquid initially leave that AAA setup, and then they go back into it, making that same connection, making that same realization that, wait, if FaZe were leaving A, well, they don't have anything else. Surely they're not going to be trying to retake places like apartments up against an eco round. So, yeah, let's just, you know, commit with our call out the gate. Let's stack A. It was the right call. They've softened up the money, but still not within eco territory. Liquid need back-to-back rounds to do that. FaZe only need one to not only take the lead back, but get Liquid on eco. Another double ramp push. Setups have been gnarly for Liquid. Cat go FaZe, and they go fast as well. Fallen with the AWP, missing 2 shots. It's all on these B anchor players now. Trapped at the back, Suey with a spray, good for 1. Rain trades, and now it's all on Naf, who does find a little angle. Grim, glimpsing through for a kill. Fallen misses more and more timings, more and more chances, and Karrigan's now out in the sight, but Fallen does provide cover, and Naf can pivot on the boxes. Only coldzera left. And even though he's done dirty things from this position before, surely it's too much to ask with 15 on the clock.
Yeah, and this apartment's player wrapping Grim should be there to seal the deal. The swing is in. Oh. And while he does get the first, it's Fallen in the back line to beat coldzera in the head-to-head. 12-10 now for Liquid. Finally putting a stop to that momentum that FaZe was starting to build up. And with it also, a bit of a hard dose of reality here. You could go for a buy. You would have 3 AKs in play and then a couple of Galils. And we know that FaZe have been pretty keen to go for these purchases to keep Liquid on the back foot in terms of their money. It feels like a bit of a pick your poison moment, right? Do you want to go for the jugular and try and get back into this game to tie it up early, but in doing so, put it all on the line? Looks like the answer is yes. They go in with the buy. 2 Galils, 2 AKs, and the AWP for Brokey.
Oh, and they go fast as well. Rain's running right through the ramp as only one man sat on default. Grim's good for getting a kill there. The smokes are down. There's no molly on bench. They don't need it because Karrigan's already pushed up through the jungle and found a great timing. He hears all these CT footsteps. There is a player on catwalk in the form of Stewie, but flashing in potentially for Rain. Instead, they focus on the plant and there's no cover. Cole comes in with a trade, but that is too little too late. Someone needs to flash him in, but there's just no utility left. It's all on Rain, and he's the one up in close proximity. Cold peeking back out, low HP, Rain cleared by the flash, and this has fallen apart for FaZe. Prioritizing the plant over the kills might be their undoing. Cold dead as well, and Karrigan getting faced by 2. That is a mess. Oh my. Whoever went for the plant there had a flash. They considered for a second to pop Rain in. Maybe Rain makes the call like, don't set me up there, but if you don't, you can't plant open. It just doesn't work. And yeah, Cold, that's as quick as he can physically get the kill, but he's just not in a position to actually cover. Just playing that trade. Liquid building and building some more. Couple of little tiny details make everything change in that round for FaZe.
And it's one of these situations where Karrigan's great timing into jungle, like, looked like it was going to be a big swing position. Well, it ends up, not really ever getting a chance to play into the round. It really relied on you getting the attention of those CT players, giving him a window to slip the knife in the back. And instead, he's just left stood there, like a bit of a lemming in the end of things, like just waiting around, too far away to help and not close enough to actually flank. So 13-10 for Liquid, no money for FaZe. As mentioned, they put it all in that round. They tried to go for the throat, but this might be their death sentence as a result.
Oh, Elige, he's had enough of waiting around. Push to the top of middle. 4 players there. And he just escapes. I like that as well. So many players overplay that and they get one and the blood gets flowing and they start just trying to full send it. But FaZe were holding, waiting to trade that kill if Elige went any further. And now he's back for seconds. Now he's hungry for lunch. And he might catch him setting up on the boost, but Twist does provide that cover. Run boost out, Fallen spots it, and you even kills Twist with the rifle as well. Brokey trying to hop to safety, can't escape, and they know the AK has been picked up, but they want nothing to do with it. Cold again, not going to do that once more, not with a Glock. And Karrigan gets the AK, but they've got him trapped behind the box. This might be Liquid, just about edging over the line. One more buy for FaZe, one more attempt. As Liquid sit within distance of their map pick.
And yeah, I mean, the thing that makes it even more impressive if they do just take it over the line now is, they had to roll with the punches. They were in a spot where, FaZe could have just kept chaining these victories together. And yeah, they've been able to adapt to it. Now, This B play on the cards, FaZe just going in fast as well. Elige and Naf to get past, a pretty terrifying duo to go running into, and Naf is getting it all done solo. It's Brokey dropped at the very end. Liquid, map point, 15 to 10, and no money left for FaZe. It's looking like a lock-in, unless we can get a little bit more out of that Cold, Zera, Deagle, and a few of these key players. But Cold's gone for the Galil, just as I'm hyping up his Deag. Tag timeout called in, heading into what could be the last round of Mirage. Yeah, Liquid, man, they're looking, you know, they're looking determined. You know, the confidence is there. You would Fallen fighting mid with Stewie going for the cat jump. You would the double hold, so ready for that B rush if it were to come through. And because Stewie's gone cat, there's a third player in B before FaZe have even fully gotten through the smoke. So that was destined to go wrong, it felt like.
Such a desperate call to have to make as well up against 14, right? Like just full buying what you can with SMGs and rushing B. Yeah. Nothing's really been consistent for FaZe. They can't go, oh yeah, we can rely on this. Like even when they've had really good positions, often Liquid have managed to steal rounds away, and Liquid have been coming out on top of all of these one-on-one clutches as well in the CT side. So yeah, it's hard for FaZe to try and think of something that's actually going to work, but going for a full B rush like that, well, evidence of that is not the answer. Back to where they go. Right out of the gate, back to double ramp for Liquid, which has been wonderful for them as well. But the Palace burst could catch them off guard. No one's even looking. Running is Zera. Fallen doesn't react, and Grim gets overwhelmed as well. Forget the Deag. The Galil is in, and FaZe have just saved themselves with a chance to stay alive in this map.
Still hope yet. Elige trying to snuff out that faint little glimmer that FaZe are desperately trying to hold on to.
No.
Naf through the smoke is in with another. And Elige isn't stopping there. He's pushing around. He's denied the plant. And now it's just Cold and Carrigan left up in this one. And it's so similar to last time. They prioritized the plant. They die as a result. Carrigan's now out on an island in window, just sat here hoping that he's given a fight. And at this point now, it's hinging on Liquid making a mistake, making a misstep. Cold, the one man fighting inside of A, trying to rejoin Carrigan over here in the window. CT was clear when Carrigan checked it last, but rest assured, Elige is there and can swing on a dime. Carrigan looking to open up B, and he has dealt with Naf, but this is where Elige can pounce. Cold, that kill is so important. Ready for the man in CT, and it's left to Stewie 2K again, 1v2. He's been great in these clutches. But can you get out of the clutches of Carrigan over here at short? A little bit of damage exchange. The Molotov slows the approach. And just like that, that's the save call coming through. FaZe, I don't know how they manage it, but they do. Cold, Zera, and Carrigan in a 2-on-4 are able to turn that around.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable round out of nowhere. At least Stewie gets the AWP. But what a call from Carrigan and Cold. I mean, he's the one who really makes it happen, right? He's the one who gets a double entry, but then even somehow wins that incredible fight against Elige, who should just have the round in the palm of his hand. He knew Cold was about to come through window. He knew Carrigan just got that B pick onto Naf. It was all very clear for Liquid. And yeah, more bomb plant denials, but not enough to close the map. A chance, a lifeline given to FaZe. Here up against 15. Will they take it or will they waste it?
Well, you got past the first big hurdle, right? A 2-on-3 to put up 11. It's a step in the right direction. You weren't just one step away from catching this up. You were a sprint. So that's what we need. This marathon of a match to continue. Fallen in the lower tunnels. Elige holding over this smoke. I like this. I love this, in fact, because Elige gets the attention, right? You know he's here. And if Elige ends up dying, then maybe you discount these lower tunnels. Carrigan now is fixated on the idea of trading that, but man, those lower tunnels are a dangerous place to be. Liquid, they've been great at this. They get that advantage. They hang around for a moment to see if anything else presents itself, and then they get out of there. And on the back of that, they found even more success with Elige nailing another.
Oh, flash after flash. FaZe can't even see. Fallen backing up as the Molotov lands. He can still cover across the default. Doesn't want to double scope after last time. There's still plenty of vision. Another molly. That might render him useless if it spreads, but he hits a shot before it does. And now they're on the site. The call has been made, and Lee swings, and his teammates help out to close the map for Liquid. Their pick locked and loaded, and a lovely looking Liquid we're getting on our screens as well. FaZe, slow to start, but we've seen they have staying power. Can they stay in this series with their map pick coming up next?
Walk through fire, try to keep your eyes closed.